But today, on his last day as India's 12th Vice President, Hamid Ansari said that Indian Muslims are feeling insecure. And this is something that he hears wherever he goes in India. I have no problems with what Hamid Ansari said. I just find it extremely opportunistic that he chose to speak on the day he gave up his perks.
For 3,650 days, he served as the Vice President of India. And on his penultimate day in the chair, he decided to make this statement.
There is a feeling of unease.
Hamid Ansari is in the eye of a storm after claiming that there is a feeling of unease and insecurity among Muslims in the country. A comment that many view as a parting shot at the current dispensation.
The Muslim community is apprehensive, it's feeling insecure. Is that a correct assessment of how Indian Muslims feel, or is it an exaggerated one?
It is a correct assessment. From all I hear from different quarters in the country, I heard the same thing in Bangalore, I've heard from other parts of the country. I hear a great deal more about it in North India. There is a feeling of unease. A sense of insecurity is creeping in.
The counters came in thick and fast, led by Ansari's successor.
India is the most tolerant country in the world. And some people, as you said, some people are talking about growing intolerance, some people are talking about insecurity for the minorities. According to me, as a student of history and a student of politics till yesterday, Indian ethos, Indian values, they respect each other's right. With regard to minorities, I find people are now trying to convert this into a political issue.
Ansari's statement also proved to be ideal fodder for the opposition.
हिंदुस्तान में सेफ है माइनॉरिटीज़ के लिए, इसलिए यहाँ आते हैं. आप इधर उधर का बातें पे मत जाइए, वो लोग अपना बेकार का बातें करते हैं. और सिर्फ मुसलमान नहीं कहा, उन्होंने कहा कि मुसलमान, ईसाई और दलित, तो इसमें गलत क्या है? सच्चाई को उन्होंने बयान किया. क्या प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने नहीं कहा कि गौ रक्षा के नाम पर मत मारो? क्या टारगेट नहीं किया जा रहा है मुसलमानों को, दलितों को, ईसाइयों को हमारे मुल्क में? यकीनन ये चीज़ें हैं.
If Muslims were indeed uneasy, how is it that so many Muslim women have only now found the voice to speak out against triple talaq? If Muslims were insecure, would the likes of Lieutenant Umar Fayaz and Ayub Pandit lay down their lives serving this nation? A Republic TV report.
What absolute, undiluted opportunism and hypocrisy is this? Sambit Patra, Syed Yasir Jilani of the Muslim Rashtriya Manch, Prafulla Ketka, editor of The Organizer, Pandit Ajay Gautam of HinduHamHindu.com on one side. That, on the last day as Vice President, you decide that all Muslims in India are feeling very insecure. So while you are enjoying the perks of Vice President, traveling around, flying around, being feted around, you know, in this largely ceremonial job of Vice President, then Indians are feeling secure. But the day you are no longer Vice President, then Indians are feeling insecure. I think he no longer wants to be a diplomat and wants to turn a politician after retiring. Fuad Halim on the other side of the CPM, Syed Wasim Wakar, Yusuf Iqbal Yusuf of the Supreme Court, he's a lawyer and he's joining me in the studios in Mumbai. And my first question is to Taslim Ahmad Rahmani. It is absurd, Taslim Ahmad Rahmani. If Hamid Ansari was going around all over India like he's saying and hearing Muslims are insecure, Muslims are insecure, Muslims are uneasy, Muslims are unsafe, Muslims are insecure, then why did he wait to leave his job to open his mouth? He should have quit. And he should have quit saying, I cannot be vice president of a country and enjoy the perks and travel in planes and get security and all the perks if Muslims are feeling insecure. He opens his mouth after quitting the office. I think that is hypocritical. What do you think? The debate is open. Anyone is feeling free to come in. Feel free to come in. Yes. What do you think, Taslim Rahmani?
You see, Hamid Ansari Sahab, still this moment, he is the Vice President of India. And this is not the first time that he has said, and he did not use the word insecure, he said uneasy.
So he said,
I remember that when there was a Golden Jubilee celebration,
he said there is a sense of insecurity that is creeping in. This is what Pakistan wants to hear, Taslim Rahmani, that the Vice President of India says that there is insecurity among Indian Muslims. It's horrible. How can you talk like that? If he felt so strongly about the plight of and insecurity of the Indian Muslims, what stopped him from speaking earlier? It is not the first time.
Let me remind you. Now just hold for a moment. During the Golden Jubilee celebration of the Muslim Majlis Mushawarat before last year, 2 years back, he again said that the Muslims has to come to the mainstream and Muslims are not accommodated in the mainstream.
No. He is now saying Indian Muslims feel insecure. If the Vice President of India feels Indian Muslims are insecure, what does he want to do?
It was 2 years back.
First of all, they're not feeling insecure.
And about Urdu, he wrote so many articles that the Urdu could not get its due share in India.
A Vice President cannot play politics like this. I'm sorry, I object. People of India object.
Sambit Patra is on the debate. Sambit for a Vice President of the country. At the moment he is the Vice President, and if he is expressing and opening his mouth whatever he feels,
Mr. Rahmani, can I speak now?
Well, if Hamid Ansari continued as Vice President despite Indian Muslims feeling insecure, despite Indian Muslims feeling uneasy, in his words, in different parts of the country, then tell me, Taslim Rahmani, was it sheer opportunism for him to continue as Vice President of a country where Muslims feel insecure? Come on, you can't have your cake and eat it too, walk around like that. You can't be a pseudo-politician pretending to be a Vice President. Please, Sambit Patra is responding.
He was never a politician.
Mr. Goswami, let me tell you at the outset, Mr. Rahmani, let's have a sensible debate where we don't speak over each other.
Liberal Muslim always.
Well, Mr. Rahmani.
I'm still speaking. Rather you wait until I complete. Rather you wait, because I am still speaking and you are coming.
No, Mr. Goswami has asked me to speak, sir. Please. I have also fundamental. I have my fundamental rights. Arnav Goswami has asked me to speak now.
He was his party's choice.
Can I please speak, Mr. Rahmani? Mr. Rahmani, can I please speak? Mr. Rahmani, please allow your brethren also to speak. Don't do this, please, Mr. Rahmani. Thank you. Mr. Goswami, today let me tell you, when people say that the minorities of this country, of this great democracy called India are insecure, then the answer democratically to these people is that had the situation being on the ground as they are projecting, bloodbath and people everywhere fearful and insecure, then Bharatiya Janata Party would not have got the 325 seats in Uttar Pradesh, one of the most politically active states. It shows that people are secure, people are happy, people know that Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is the way the Modi government is working. Number two, and very importantly, as to why, with due respect to Mr. Hamid Ansari, who is the Vice President even today, said so that there is a sense of unease and insecurity in this country. Now this unease and insecurity is there, but in the minds and hearts of the political dispensation who are called as either the congressmen or supporters of Congress, or I would call them the Lachian Delhi elitists. Look, what has happened is these golf playing Lachian Delhi elitist.
Secularity.
This golf playing. I would rather use the word golf playing, because some of them love playing golf. These golf playing elitists of the Lachians Delhi, they had a sense of entitlement that this sultanate called India's Sultan would only come from this particular ideological dispensation. And if a Garib Chaiwala coming from the normal ranks and files of this country, of you and I, they travel upward, then they would object, saying India is insecure, India is unease, India is not the same India, this is intolerant India. How dare a Garib Chaiwala become the Prime Minister? Because the Sultan is there, the Sultan and the Sahjada. be the Prime Minister of this country, and these golf-playing secularists have to be called now, they have to be exposed.
No, simple question is, Fuad Halim, listen to my question with a great deal of attention, because this question is going straight to you. Now, with all due respect to the exiting Vice President, and I wish him luck in his retired life, that is if he does not end up joining politics, his whole interview seemed rather secularity scripted. It is very convenient, Fuad Halim, that the Vice President uses the Muslims are feeling uneasy, Muslims are feeling insecure. There is something wrong going on in our country, right? Now, my question is, this is a motivated freedom of expression by Hamid Ansari, because I want to know, Fuad Halim, and for once, at least today, even if you have never done so, give me a straightforward reply. Why was this same Hamid Ansari silent when Ayub Pandit was lynched in Kashmir, Prafulla Ketkar, by those raising pro-Pakistan, pro-Al-Qaeda slogans? Why was he not talking about the feeling of unease then? If this is not a carefully crafted freedom of expression, and look how Fuad Halim is quiet tonight, why was he silent when political murders were taking place in Pakistan? Why is it that incidents have happened from Kashmir to Kerala, but Hamid Ansari broke his silence only now? Explain this question to me.
Well,
when
Basirat
was burning,
I can start answering.
Finally, final question, listen to me, Fuad, and then I give you the floor.
Are you finished with your question?
No, I haven't finished.
Yes, please.
I haven't finished. My question to you is,
go on,
when
finish.
When Basirat was burning, and when Hindu homes were being ravaged and broken, when there were Hindus on the streets saying we are being targeted, why did this same Hamid Ansari not come and say once, there is a feeling of insecurity among Hindus in Basirat, in Bengal? No, he didn't. He kept quiet then, because you see, Fuad Halim, he was enjoying the perks of a vice presidential post. He could have quit, but no, he waited till the last day, till the last minute that he enjoys the vice presidential perks. And then he's decided to speak up. I call that opportunism.